Alright, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle, and today I'm going to be going over my Black Friday 2017 pickups. And I didn't end up getting a lot of individual things, but I did end up getting a lot of bigger things. At the beginning I was thinking I would just go for the small things. That didn't happen. One of the main reasons is because in my game room, I used to have a futon in here, a black futon, that wasn't that comfortable, but it worked for the game room. And I was like, nah, I don't want it, I need something more comfortable. So I brought in my couch from the living room, and because I barely spend any time in my living room anymore, so I brought the couch in here. But the couch was way too big. It was comfortable, but it was just way too big. So I ended up getting two reclining chairs that are much more comfortable and much more spacious for myself and my girlfriend. So when we're in here, we have a lot more room to walk around and things like that. So I'm very happy with these. And I feel that they suit the game room a lot more. I will do a game room tour also very soon to kind of show you everything, because now that I have these, I'm able to organize things a lot better. So that's really cool that I got these. And then I ended up picking up a few movies here. I ended up getting Batman versus Superman, the extended edition. I don't know if there's a regular edition, but I wanted the one that had the extended edition and the non-extended edition. I recently watched this with my girlfriend, and I would probably say that I liked the non-extended edition more. It's hard because I'm basing it off of what I saw last year, but yeah. Still an okay movie, has its problems. There's a lot of cool moments too, though. I absolutely love the Batman suit. That was really cool, and it's got its problems, but it's still a worthwhile movie. Also picked up Wonder Woman, which I have not seen yet. We watched Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman last weekend, and we're going to be watching Wonder Woman very soon, probably this weekend. So cannot wait to watch this because I've heard that this is probably the best DC movie so far in the DC cinematic universe. Also picked up Horizon Zero Dawn, which I'm very much looking forward to. This game... so these were like $10 each, I think, for the two Blu-rays. This was $30 at Walmart. This is also Canadian prices, if anybody cares. So picked up Horizon Zero Dawn, which I've heard so many good things about, and I cannot wait to dive into this. That will be soon. I've heard that this is like one of the best games of the year, and Breath of the Wild is the other one, and Mario Odyssey. So like, I cannot wait to play that. Before we get into this, I'll just go over the two Amiibos that I picked up. I ended up finding an actual Super Smash Bros. Link. It was just on for regular price at GameStop, EB Games. But I saw that and I was like, whoa! There was actually a guy beside me and he was talking to me. He just came up and started talking to me. He's like, oh yeah, I see you're looking at some Amiibos. And I'm like, I just had a little conversation with him. I'm like, yeah, just looking through to see what's here. And then I saw this and I was like, oh! And I grabbed it right away. And he's like, as soon as he saw me grab it off the shelf, his eyes like lit up and he kind of like tried to grab it from me, but then like reclined. He's like, oh, I already have that, but that resells really well. I looked online and it's like $40, like if you buy it online. So, I mean, I paid $13, so that's kind of, or $14 actually. But that's kind of cool that I picked this up for relatively cheaper prices than the inflated prices that Amiibos go for. And then at the same time, I went to Walmart, I think, and I saw this was there, which is the Fire Emblem Crom. So I now own a figure that Matthew Mercer has voiced, and I think that's kind of cool because I'm a huge fan of the Fire Emblem, especially Fire Emblem Awakening with Crom in it, and I'm a huge fan of Matthew Mercer, so that's just kind of cool that they go hand in hand. Now, the last few things here kind of go hand in hand. So I did end up getting a PlayStation VR. And I've been debating this for quite a long time, ever since it kind of was announced. But I got it for like, it was like $100 off what it normally is. So I was like, okay, that's enough to bite for it. So I ended up picking it up, and it did come with some games too, or a demo and a game. And I'm probably going to do a review of this in about a month from now when I played a few more games. Like, I've asked for some for Christmas and things like that. So I do have a demo disc and one game, and I've tried like YouTube videos and things like that. Like roller coasters are actually kind of cool. But yeah, VR, I don't want to get too excited because I want to see how I am in a month from now. But VR is like playing games for the first time all over again. It's really hard to describe, but it's really cool, and I'm fully happy with my purchase. I really hope that they start making more games for VR, because I think that'd be really cool. So the games that I did get was just a demo disc, and I've pretty much played them all now. I have to say that Eve Valkyrie is really awesome. I love that game. Res Infinite was really fun too. Battlezone was cool. Some of the games are like you kind of like Moss, and which was the other, Star Child maybe, where you and Tiny Tracks. You kind of, it's a 2D plane, and you see like a character running around on a 2D plane, and you kind of move around like you kind of follow him, and then they go up and stuff like that. So you're still following, it's still VR, but it's not. I'd much prefer first person for VR. Eve Valkyrie, you're in a spaceship, and it's just crazy amounts of fun. So that was really cool. Battlezone, you're in a tank. That's okay. Res, you have a character that's in front of you, but I just really like the music in that game. I've never played Res before, but I tried it out with this simulator. But the one I had the most fun with on this demo disc isn't really, to me, it's not like a VR game at all. Like I'm playing it in VR, but it doesn't need to be, and I think it actually is on the Nintendo Switch as well, is Thumper. Thumper was super basic, but super fun. I loved Thumper. It's basically, you're in this little vehicle that's kind of just on a rail, and you have to press certain buttons at specific times at the right time, and that's the game. That's all it is. And you just don't, as long as you press the buttons, you don't die. Crazy amounts of fun. I love that so much. I played that over and over on the demo disc. That's why it feels like I'm a kid again. You know, when you get a demo disc for like a PlayStation 1, for example, I remember getting a demo disc for that and just playing the crap out of Final Fantasy VII, Crash Bandicoot, and all these other games that were on there, and just absolutely loving and replaying, you know, that half hour that you have on them. So that's why, and it's also very different, and it just completely, there was a scary game in here, but at the time I didn't have the Move, so I ended up getting the Move as well. Which I've never really played the Move before. I mean, I played the Wii, I guess, so that's kind of similar. So this, I think, will hopefully make the gaming experience even better, for specific games anyway. But it's just kind of cool, and it feels more real, because at the time when I played this, there's a, I can't remember what the scary game is. It was like the Persistence. Kind of like a horror game. I was freaking out because I have the headset on too. And you hear everything, and you're like, they can just come right at me. And I had the controller at the time in my hand, and I felt like I just wanted, when I first saw like a zombie started coming towards me, I wanted to instinctively kind of reach out, because it feels like they're actually coming to me. So I was like, I probably need the Move then. So I ended up picking up the Move, and this, I think, will feel a lot more natural. Or even like, I didn't get to try Persistence again, but I think that'll be kind of cool. So tried this, but I mainly only used it for the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. This was like, I was like, okay, VR is $100 cheaper, and now they finally have my favorite game of all time in VR. So I can completely go to, you know, Skyrim and see it all, and actually be there. I'm kind of scared how addicted I'm going to get to this game. I've only played a little bit so far, but I've just been so busy. But I have tried it out. And the other thing too is I don't want to play too long. Like, I'm thinking that I'll play an hour, take a break, and then come back to it later on. So it's not something really, I think, with the VR that I'm going to play for long periods of time, because there's a bunch of warnings and all that. I've never felt any sickness or dizziness or anything like that. I feel completely fine. My eyes seem fine. So that's really good. But yeah, I was really happy with that. My girlfriend did try it out, and she absolutely loved it, but she got a little bit of a headache from it. So I'm going to watch that. So yeah, it depends on the person. It depends on the individual, I think. But it is pretty cool. And I will talk about that more in a more detailed video once I've played more games, and I'm like a month into it. So I've played many more hours into this game. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. So that's it. That's my pickups for Black Friday 2017. Let me know in the comments below what you got on Black Friday, if you ended up going out and picking stuff up. And it's funny too, because it started here in Canada on Thursday. So I went Thursday, I went Saturday, and I went Sunday. I just kept going back for certain things. and I didn't go on the actual Friday. And I ended up taking Friday off. I actually took a personal day, like a vacation day, from work for Friday, and I didn't end up going. I ended up playing video games instead. So that still kind of worked out, but it's just funny that I didn't go on the actual Black Friday. So there you have it. You've all been bearded in. Thanks for watching.
Beardage.